That was the Variations on a Rococo theme by Peter Tchaikovsky. This is the particular version of it. And what I was doing was, just to show you a little bit, was this really fast section. So right where it hits in the, right where it goes in the speed on these 30-second notes is dega 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 dega. And and sometimes, as you'll notice, that it asks for me to play in tenor clef, which is right over here. We're going to learn a little bit of that. And it also asks for some treble clef, if you look about 6 lines down. So cellists get to read all of the clefs. We get to read everywhere on the staff. And so that'll be a really good skill for you all to like take part and sort of see what these fun notes are. So let's go over to first off, let's take a look at some of these notes over here on my Klingle.
Mr. Hawkins.
Bring this page over here so I can alternate nicely. Here, okay, now I'm going to share the screen. All right.
Mr. Hawk.
So it's best termed right in here in this scale. And I'm going to go over here to page 12, and I'm going to pin me up here so you can see what's happening. All right, and then here we go. All right, so I'm going to head over here to page 12, where we're going to jump into a C minor scale. There we go. And that's right over here. We did the two octave C major scale, C minor scale, and then we're going to look at the 3 octave C minor scale. And what's going to happen here is that we're going to go in our regular notes. Everybody call out this this is a C and then a D. We're counting up, and F and G, A natural. They're all going in step form. But then what happens is once we get to this D right here, and this is on the A string, it's that 4th finger on the A string, then we're going to jump up and we're going to play this E flat. And this note is going to be 1 step higher than this D, this E right here. And the equivalent in bass clef is right over here. Okay? See that E flat right there? That note and this note are exactly the same. So what I tend to think about it is that, like, well, actually we're kind of just like 1 string over. If all the strings are 5 steps apart, like you count from D, E, F, G, A, that's 5 steps. And in music math, we don't have 0, so we always count from the 1. So here's this D, E, F, G, A. And then if we count 5 more steps up, it's A, B, C, D, E. Okay? So where that A was, right here, where you think, oh, I know that note, that's my open A, and it is. Then you come over here, and suddenly it's an E, and because of the clef, because of the, the key, we are playing an E flat. Okay? That's just a sort of nicety of our tonality and making it sound like it's happily in C minor. But here is the, let me just curl it up so that you can see everything here. This is, if you want to, you can take a screenshot of this scale so you can use it, or you can search online. Feel free to take a screenshot right now if you like. We're going to go through this scale, and I'm going to get everybody on this one. And then later in the day, we're going to review some of the chords that we played from the Saw Doctors N17 song yesterday. And then my plan is to do a few little bowing exercises from a book, and I'll put that on the screen too. Okay, so so with this C minor here, let's actually, let's see here, how should we do this? Oh yeah, I'm going to unpin. Yeah. All right, and I need to put this in some kind of format like this. All right, maybe it's more useful. Oh yeah, we can get a nice big crew over here. All right, this is great. All wonder if there's a macro that, if anybody knows, raise your hand if there's a macro to like set the window sizes and keep them. Anybody know anything about this? Oh, well. Oh, wait, I got somebody who's going to chime in, maybe? All right. So here we go. We're going to start right over here at this C. But first off, oh, I forgot. Let's tune. Let's make sure that... Can everybody hear? Okay. Let's play this A. And I want to hear ya. Play them if you got them. And now we're going to go to D. And now we're going to go to G. Yeah, I guess I'm in G. Excellent. And now C. Excellent. Okay, anybody have some notes that sound a little strange or a little weird? Raise your hand and I'll help you through with it. Anybody? Okay, great. So let's if you'll make sure to have your video, your audio on. I definitely want to hear your. Oh, you got a tuner right there? That might be the perfect thing for you. Yeah, just clip that thing on and away you go. Cool. I think that's what I see, right? Yeah, good. Okay, cool. Yeah, as before, I can't stress the importance enough of using your phone as a tuner or having a tuner that clips on. They're excellent and totally invaluable. Okay.
Mr. Hawkins, I'm wondering what a good app to get is.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm a big fan of N-Track Tuner, and I've been using that for a couple of years. It's N-Track. And it's made by a company in Malaysia that also makes some other music software. So it's called N-Track Tuner. They have a free version, and then they have a pro version, which I think is like $8. The $8 one is really slick in that it allows you to see all the frequencies. And I'll show you this a little bit. Okay, so it happens to work on all the devices, but I happen to be an Apple person, and this one's called Tuner Pro, but N-Track, and so first off, you'll hear these notes, right? And you'll see, and what it is the frequencies over here. If I sing a note, excuse me, it's telling me the note. And it's telling me here, it's also telling me the frequencies. Then what I do is I switch over here, and it's kind of more like a speedometer. And it's like a big number that tells me where I'm at. Then there is a pitch, and I can change to any of those. And maybe like I'll sing the same note. Okay, here's the F sharp, and then I'll switch down. That's the note that I was singing, for instance, and so I can, oftentimes I'll play a pitch when I'm playing scales, and so it's nice to have that pitch that can play along with. Okay, and other tuners will sometimes have this too, as if you're a guitarist. And here is the fun part. Ready? So here is a spectral analyzer, and it goes from low pitches to high pitches, and it goes over time. You can also hear the note, and it'll tell you the note in here. But this is like me talking. Now, as soon as I play, actually, would somebody like to play? Will one of you play an A? Ayla, since you asked the question, why don't you play your A? Yep, play it with the bow. Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going right there. 10 seconds. seeing here is noise, which is full spectrum, and what you're seeing here are pitches, which are very specific spectrum. And when we make music, we are actually sort of organizing the air to make this sound. So I'm gonna very quickly make this like sing a note. Ah. Now watch what happens here. So as you can see, these frequencies over here are changing. They're getting higher and higher. And what we're hearing here is the main note that you would perceive to be the note that I'm singing. And then we have the harmonics, okay? And the harmonics appear, and we hear them, and they exist in the air that we're creating, that we're playing in the music. But we also find them on the cello when we play harmonics, okay? So this is a long form, but would somebody like to play an A harmonic on the A? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, show us the A harmonic on the A. Yes. Now, would you also then play the normal A? So that note is what we call the fundamental. And then when she plays the octave, that is the first partial. And then there are partials. Go ahead and slide a harmonic all the way up. Yeah, just make a. There you go. That's great. Let me go put this thing away just for a second. So that way, sometimes people will tune to the harmonics like this. And they'll find harmonics in here that work. I tend to find that the harmonics are a little bit out, so that I tend to also tune with my phone. So yeah, N-Track is a great tuner. Whatever tuner you find is generally going to work, except, strangely enough, the one that says cello tuner. Don't get that one. It's horrible. Oh, I might get sued. But it's not very good because it's not very exact. It sort of has two balls that go on each other, and then it'll tell you that it's in tune when you're not really in tune. So I wouldn't get the one that says cello tuner necessarily, but N-Track is a great one. Okay, so we're all tuned. Let's take a look at this scale right here. Okay, now we're going to start on low C, the coolest note of all the cellos. Then we're going to go for first finger D, E flat, and F. Then we go to G, A natural, B natural, C, D, E flat, F, G. Now we're going to do open A, B natural, normal B, C. Now we have one more octave to go, and we are right here at this C right there, okay? And let's start again on this C. Okay, go ahead and play them if you got them. Now D4. Now E flat 1. And this is that E flat we were talking about that's in tenor clef. F2. G4. Then we're going to go up to A. That's the first finger A, that's the last note of the line. Now we're in the B, that is the first note of the second line. And now the C, which is the top. Let's everybody get that note. I want to hear everybody on that note. Great. Now you can put the thumb up. Let me just set over here. We'll come back to this. But, oh, I forgot to do that while I was explaining the N-Track tuner. Sometimes my thumb is up on this C, and sometimes it's back. It doesn't matter. This is technically called 7th position when it's back, and it's a thumb position when your thumb is on here. So, and the thumb positions we don't really number. We just sort of say, put your thumb on G, and or C or something. In this case, the fingers on C and G right here. Okay, so we have the C. Let's get everybody on that. And you can slide around till you find it. Yeah, so everybody's matching. Now let's come back down. Let me show you the notes because they're about to change big time. Here we go. And we're coming down, and suddenly we have the lowered version of the notes, which is the B flat and the A flat. So we're going to stretch a little bit. Here's our C. Now we're going to go to B flat. Okay, so you can match that. A flat. Then G now is a 2. Good. F is stretched 2. E flat we're going to go back to. And D is a 1. Then we're going to come over here to the 4th finger on the D string. It's a C. Okay? So this makes it kind of the hardest part of the scale. And this is the first time we've gone through it this week. So I'd like to start way up here again, and we're going to do the lowered version. Here is the quick scan, like a map. We're going to come down 1 2 3 or 3 2 1, then a 2 1, excuse me, and then a 2 1, and then we're going to be here on the C on the D string. Okay, so everybody find that C again. We're going to come back down. Ready? Go ahead and try it. Ready, and C. B flat. A flat. Now, 2nd finger G. 1st finger F. 2nd finger E flat. 1st finger D. And now, 4th finger C. It's probably the hardest scale we've done so far in terms of, even when we were playing high, of getting back over here a higher spot on a lower string. Okay? Now let's do the next octave, and we're going to start right here. This is secunda, means secunda string. When you see that below, it's that Roman numeral, and the A, it means second, and then this is the ordinal called secunda in Italian. So we're going to put that right there. And now we're on this C right here. Okay, now B flat, A flat, good job, G, F. Now reach that 1st finger back so you can hit it with your, it's pointing towards your ear. Good job. Open D, and now C, B flat, A flat, open G, F, E flat, D, and low C. Good. Now what I'd like to do is go just a little bit faster for those of you who've already played maybe a 3-octave C minor scale. And we'll go about this fast. Bum, bum, bum. I'll try to hold to that tempo. I'm really bad at holding the tempo, right? You all know, right? Raise your hand if you know I'm really bad at holding the tempo. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So here we go. This is the C minor scale. We're going to be starting over here, and we're going to be doing it about this speed. Just play along with me. There's obviously lag in the internet. I don't care if you're in time with me, but you're going to be in time with me from your ears. Ready? And D1, E flat 2, F4, G open, A natural 1, B natural 3, C4, D open, E flat 1 stretch, F2, G4, open A, B natural 1, C natural 2, D4, E flat 1, F2, G4, A natural 1, B natural 2, C3. Now back down, B flat 2, A flat 1, G2, F1, E flat 2, D1, C4. Good job. B flat 2, A flat 1, G4, F2, E flat 1, D open, C4, E flat 2, A flat 1. Good. G open, F4, E flat 2, D1, C open. And theoretically, this piece could be played pretty quickly. If anybody wants to show off on Friday and show off their C minor scale, if you've been working on it real hard, we totally want to see what you got there. So let me bring back then. Oh yes, and we wanted to introduce the C minor arpeggio. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to bring this up over here before we go too far. It's this one, so I'm going to expand it and move it over here. Okay, here is our C minor arpeggio. Now you have to imagine that there are flats over here because they're all the way over on the beginning of this line. So we're going to have C, E flat G, C, E flat G, C, E flat G, C. Okay, now here's our tenor clef. This is a C. This is the same C that is this C. Okay, remember how it's like 5 steps away? Okay, and we're going to go up to the thumb to get there. Okay, so let's do this note by note. We're going to start on an open C. We're going to go to E flat. Yeah, we're skipping. G open. Good. 4th finger C. E flat 1. G 4. Now, are you ready? Here's the crazy part. Take your thumb and just stick it on this C right here. Okay? And I'm going to show you where that is. Here's the technique part. All right. So, here's my thumb on this C, and the thumb is sitting on both of these strings, the D string and the A string, because I know I'm going to be using it on the A string too. A good thumb position goes over 2 strings, and it plays this note. So see if you can find that thing. And then once you get your thumb on there, see if you can wave to me. Hi, everybody. Yeah, that's right. That way I know your fingers are nice and loose. The muscle here will be holding the string down. Like you'll develop a really well-developed thumb right here, thumb muscle, but to hold down the thumb. And eventually, if you keep playing long enough, you'll get a callus right here. How many of you have a callus on, say, a finger from writing so much? Writing, yeah, right? The same thing happens with cello on the thumb where you hold this down. So, okay, so here's the note over like this, and the thumb sits over here. Now take a break. We'll come back to it. I'm going to share the screen so you can see the notes. All right, there's this. All right, so here we are at this C right here. Okay, and that is the thumb. Now everybody, 2nd finger, E flat on the 2. Now notice how my elbow is nice and high. I've got a pretty straight wrist. You could practically put a sandwich or at least a couple of Oreos right there on the corner without them falling off. Okay? Here's the C. Here's the E flat, 2nd finger, and I still have the thumb on there. Now I do thumb G, and now 3rd finger C. Coming down. E flat 2. Good. Now we're going to come back. We're going to slide back down until our 4th finger's on the G. Ready? All right. E flat. Reach way back for it. Now C. Good. Open G. E flat. And open. Good. Go ahead and take a screenshot of this C minor 3 octave arpeggio, so you can work on it on your own. And naturally, of course, we are recording, so I will have video of this on YouTube publicly under the daily cello coronavirus video conference. So just search under there. We've got all the old.
How do you take a
videos on there.
screenshot?
How do you take a screenshot? If you're on an iOS device, you push the home button and the side button, or home button and the top button, I mean. There might be, if you're on a Windows operating system, there's some other way. There's actually F2, I believe, right? F2. If you're on a Mac laptop, it's Shift Command 4, and then you just drag that for the screenshot.
Hold on. Here, I'm gonna.
Not only a cellist, but a computer software person.
How to
Yep.
take a.
Well, what are you on? What kind of computer are you on?
I think I'm on a Windows.
Oh yeah, it's just F2.
It turns for me. F2 turns up the brightness.
Oh well, that's Microsoft. I mean, that's Apple. Turns up the brightness. Okay. Then you want to press Shift Command 4 altogether, and it'll have a little thing, and you just drag the sides, drag it with your mouse.
Shift Command 4.
Yeah.
Wait, no, it doesn't.
Oh well, then I don't know what to say.
Control, print screen, and then screen. System. I can't.
Okay. I will come back to it. You can actually look online for the Klengel studies, Klengel studies, and also we'll have this back tomorrow. So just come on back tomorrow if you can't find it, and we'll get a screenshot. We wanna move on to this. Are you ready? Oh, here we go.
Control.
So here is I'm gonna push this down. Here is the shifting exercise that we are doing like crazy. Now you all see this bit. What I want to do is be able to shift from first position to fourth position. Okay, first finger to first finger. And then first finger to third finger and back down. We have two different kinds of shifts. There's a sliding shift. Try this one. Everybody. We're sliding with our first finger and we're just going to go. That's right. That's the sound we want. And then there's a shift that has, let me make sure we got everybody on here. Yeah, good. And then we have this kind of shift that goes up for a while and then moves to another note, and that's called an anticipated shift. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift from a first finger, and then I'm going to shift up to a third finger. And in order to do that, let me just show you the technique on this one. Okay. So sideways. Here is my first finger. Third finger's up in the air. And then I come down where I think it's going to be. Now what I'm doing is example number 2. Then when I shift down, I'm going to anticipate going to a lower finger, and I'm going to lift this finger. Let's try that. It's almost like you're jumping for it, or there's like an inchworm. Everybody start with the first finger. And then I'm going to come back down. So it's like if I were using it on my arm, I'd go bonk, and then if I come down, bonk. Okay. And what that does is it sort of hides the shift. It makes it sound like there's not a shift going on. Okay? So let's try. Let's see if we can do that. Go from E up to B, and then we're gonna go B back down to E. Lift up the first finger. I'm gonna try it. See, everybody try it. Very good, Ayla. Yeah, there we go. Good. And here's how it looks. Here's how it looks in the music. All right. So right here is where we're going from an E to this B, but we're sliding up with the 1. You won't see this in the notation, but this is the background. Are you ready? So here we go. Let's try this. 1 to 3. Oh, somebody's on the call. You might want to catch that. All right. Go ahead, by all means, definitely, if you got a call in, mute your microphone. Okay, here we go. Ready? We're doing B and sliding up and back down and back up and back down. Good. Let's do that with this C over here on the D string. We're going to go up and we're going to go 1 to 4. Ready, everybody? And 1. Good. And then come back down. Yep. And so we slide up with the 1. Good. And sort of pounce on it like a cat. And then we're going to come down. There we go. Let's do it on the A string. We're going to this B, and we're going to go from B up to F sharp. B to F sharp is also a perfect, I love hearing you practice, this is good. B up to F sharp is also a perfect fifth, just like going E to B, okay? So we're counting 5 steps, and each one has a half step. There's always a half step in the middle of the a bunch of whole steps in order to get a perfect fifth. Okay, so we're gonna go B to C, half step, C to D, whole step, D to E, whole step, and E to F sharp, whole step. Okay, based upon the key. So we're gonna go here, B to F sharp. It'll sound just like the last one, only 1/5 higher. Ready? And let's do that. Now, I didn't really learn this technique till I was in college, so y'all are way ahead of me. If you learn one thing from this class, it's going to be anticipated shifts. In other words, guessing shifts. Good. Uh-huh. Now let's go to this one over here, the C one. This is going to be the C. Yeah, there we go. C to G. All right. Oh, by the way, this is the G. All right. 4th finger. Those of you who are perhaps new to those, here's the B natural, which is 1st finger on the A string, and we're going to go up to this 4th finger. Here we go. Ready? And... If you could just mute your speaker, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. Excellent. Ah, nice. I was once at a solo cello concert where someone's phone went off, and the cellist was playing way up here, and the phone went off, and the cellist was able to exactly mimic the Nokia telephone signal. Yeah, and he just kind of went, anyway, anyway, you know, yeah, it was this funny little thing where it's just like, oh man, this person's a really good cellist. Like, that's pretty amazing. So, let's see here. Let's go. Oh yes, there was one other thing that I wanted to do. Improvisation. Okay. Now, playing along with chords, yesterday we did a song by the Saw Doctors, and I really liked it. Ayla recommended it, and we learned the chords. And the idea was that we were going from G and up to this B, and then up to C. Right? And then there was a little taste of a D. Okay, so we had these 3 notes in here. Just practice these. Open G, B natural, C, D. Okay? And what I'm going to do is play the music for you. All right? So there is a video, but the video isn't very useful. The video isn't very helpful. So I'm going to share this little bit with you. And I'm going to this time share the computer audio. And okay. So we've got this video going, and what I'd like to do is, let's make sure, well, I don't really know if it's going to give me an advertisement. Hold on a second. I'm going to turn it way down. Can you song called N17 by the Saw Doctors. Okay, and I guess they're an Irish band. Ayla, you're Irish, and I think that's a pretty cool little sound. It's got this kind of dunga 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 dunga, which is a swing rhythm. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out if we can play along. We want that kind of rhythm. Bum bum ba bum 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 ba bum 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 ba bum bum bum. Yeah, maybe turn on your microphones if you want, and I'll sort of check on people, make sure everybody's playing it real nice. Yeah. Yeah, and what we're trying to capture, and you can look up this is a public video on YouTube that you can just sort of play along. And I recommend spending a little bit of time playing like little melodies with it. So for instance, if we were to play this music, let me see if I can grab the little screen. Oh yeah, here we go. So I'm just gonna play along. I'm gonna make up a part. With a wistful smile, and I left the girls of June. And sometimes when I'm reminiscing, I see the prefabs and my old friends, and I know that they'll be changed or gone by the time I get home again. And I wish I was on that N17, stone walls and the grasses. Yeah, we changed the music there, and then now we've got an ad. Okay, so
Hi, I'm Rex Moore with the
I'm gonna turn
Motley
this one
Fool
off.
in front of BMW's self-driving exhibit.
Okay, so what you can do is just sort of use your ears to find the notes that fit with the, let me make sure that Safari, oh yeah, I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to bring you back into class. Spend some time on your favorite song and sort of just find the notes that sort of work. Then what you want to do is oftentimes pick out the bass part, because that's in the range of the cello. So we picked out this. Right? And then you can also make up long notes that work with it. So like, you can play those. And then another skill that you can learn, or that you can work on, is playing scales. And if you just play a scale along with the music that you're listening to, and it doesn't matter what kind of music it is. In fact, if anybody wants to recommend a hip-hop song, I would love to do a hip-hop thing with you cellists. Yeah? We haven't done a hip-hop one yet. So figure out notes that sort of fit along with, and there'll be plenty of notes that don't fit, but don't worry about it because you're just playing along with YouTube. YouTube doesn't care. Okay? So yeah, spend some time with that as you're working, and then work on the shifts. Okay? And then work on the C minor and the C minor scale and C minor arpeggio. Okay? So I think that should probably do us. What do you say we take off until tomorrow? See you tomorrow? All right. Peace. All right. It'll be up on YouTube. Talk to you later.
Bye. Thank you.
You betcha. Bye.